Hello, Namaste, Sastikal, good evening. Welcome to the S.S.Chandhok talk show. I'm your host and moderator, S.S.Chandhok. Today is a very beautiful evening. Why? We were just discussing, it's just looking like that old friends, when you meet your old friends, old acquainted people, we are going to have a reunion today with all the eminent guests present over today, who had always been my favorite. All of them had been my favorite. And I'm very happy to have them over here. Without taking any time, present over here, that is Sukhinder Singh Thapar, sir. He's the principal of a very prestigious institution, DPS Nigahi. So, sir, who doesn't know about sir, he is a dynamic personality. From last 20 plus years, he is principal in DPS Nigahi. He has always worked in DPS branches only. Apart from that, he's a YouTuber, blogger. He writes so much about Gita, Quran Sahib. He have written it. He had talked about it in English and Hindi and Punjabi, also other languages. He has a big YouTube channel and so many subscribers he has. He's versatile and he has so much knowledge about the religions, every religion he has. And of course, in education field, he's there from last, I think, more than 3 decades. So it's always a pleasure. I just called up sir and said, we need you today. Why? Because when we start up a new thing, we need good people over again. The showstoppers or the show openers or whatever you can say, lucky people. So I requested him and on my one instant, he said, okay, we are meeting at 5:30 today. Thank you so much and welcome, Sukhinder sir. Shubhan sir, it's pleasure to have you on over here. And I think almost everybody knows about you, but still, sir, a little bit about yourself, sir.
Thank you, Sarpreetji. You always praise more than what we deserve. So thank you for all the encouraging your sessions that you conduct, and look forward to learning from my fellow colleagues over here today. And it has been a journey which has always given me pleasure of having this opportunity of being with the students throughout career. This is one thing that we all teachers love. And I started my career from DPS Korba way back in 1987. I worked there till 98. And since 98, I am here at DPS Nigahi as principal. And the journey has been great. I have had the opportunity of working with my teachers who are great again. They do well, so the bit of credit comes to us also. We take that credit. It's all because of the team that we have, which works, and the students who come to us. Parents are good, management is good. So all together, we move towards the right direction. The set goals are achieved, and that's it. And I think somewhere 2014, I was blessed with the national award from the CBSE. And the journey is going on. 94, I was part of CBSE team as their resource. 394, we had introduced interactive English. So I was a resource person for CBSE for that. So that has also kept me involved, which was, I think, a good learning for me. So I look forward to others. Sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful, sir. About other talent, we'll talk at the end of the session about other talent. And 25 years as of your completing your tenure over here as principal in DPS Nigahi.
Sure.
That's a very big time, sir. Hats off to you. And DPS Nigahi is blessed to have you as a principal. So many things you have done up with CBSE and DPS. So it was just starting when you had joined the DPS, maybe in 2000. I think 1998 or 1998. The DPS society even started at that time, or maybe nearby at that time only, if I'm not wrong.
Pardon, sir?
DPS society also started up in 1998 or 97, not
1947. 1947.
Okay, that's wonderful.
First school of DPS was Mathura Road. Then 1972, RK Puram. Then 1982-83 onwards, Damanjodi, BHEL came up. Then 85, we had Bhilai, Bokaro, and Korba. And from there onwards, many schools kept on getting added. So we have
Franchisee
now
model scheme.
230 schools throughout the country and abroad.
That's wonderful, sir. Thank you so much and welcome once again, sir.
Thank you.
Next we have Kirti Sharma, ma'am. She is a principal of a very prestigious institution in Ludhiana, Punjab, that is Jesus Sacred Heart School. I had been observing that the way the ma'am has brought up the school in such a a good way or the better way. The new things she has brought up. Hats off to you, ma'am, because I already told you that I had been visiting Ludhiana and we knowing people in Ludhiana. They had all telling me that how gracefully you have brought up the level of the school since you have taken over the charge. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's always a pleasure having you on the show with your beautiful thoughts and whatever knowledge you have. Ma'am,
Thank you,
please,
sir. Thank you so
please
much.
let us, ma'am, the guest will also like to know something about you.
The name you already know all, right? And a very beautiful evening to one and all present. And it's really a privilege to be here, Chandhok sir. It looks like home coming back, after some time, just moving here and there, coming back to home in this discussion. Yes, I am there 13 years, and in this growth, I would say 300 children to 3,000 plus now, and that was an incredible journey. Of course, I would say nothing can be achieved without a great team. So we are a great team of management, teachers, coordinators, and parents. Of course, I'm really blessed to have good people around me. Jesus, we have been declared as second best school in Ludhiana consecutively for the second year by Times of India survey, which was an independent survey. And we have also received 7-star rated school in a function which was organized in Delhi and was awarded by Mr. R.P. Singh, who was secretary at that time of skill education, and Mr. Biswajit Rao also. So we have been awarded, 7-star rated school in entire northern India. And regarding me, if you talk about me personally, I'm of course an educationist by heart who shifted from a corporate sector to a teaching sector. I really felt like that I am not, fit in corporate sector, and my abilities, my thought process was to bring up a generation who should be emotionally as well as spiritually very strong. I believe that intellect can be enhanced, skills can be enhanced, but emotions and spirituality has to be grown inside. So that is my firm belief, and in my school I really carry out all those processes which really helps the children to grow emotionally and spiritually strong along with intellectually strong. This is what we all believe in, and that is the secret of success of JSHS, I suppose. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me.
That's wonderful, ma'am, and all the best, because you have started up a show also. And we have now 2 and 4 and 6 more participants who can join one by one. Please start it up again, the third season, please start it up. And we all are with you. And this is a team now. From today onwards, this is a team along with you. And we'll join you again, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again for joining the show. Next, we have Farida Arinwala, ma'am. She is a principal of another very prestigious institution in Pune, that is Anisha Global School. Welcome, Anisha ma'am. Farida ma'am. It's a pleasure having you on the show after a long time. When you will come after a long time, we'll forget your name also, ma'am. We'll get confused also. Please do keep on coming. It's a pleasure having you here, ma'am, after a long time. And again, we are having a reunion sort of thing today again. But it doesn't happen always. And today it came into my heart also that it's just looking like we are having a reunion. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Please, those who do not know you, please introduce yourself, ma'am, please. Ma'am, you're on mute, I think. No, if you're not mute, you're not audible, ma'am. Yeah, now speak. No, you're not audible, ma'am. We'll come back to you, ma'am. What you do is you log off and log in again. It will be fine then, right? Okay, by the time ma'ams join again, we'll come up to the next special guest present over here, who already he had been a very supportive, and her works, I mean, hats off to her. And when you will listen to her, what type of work these people are doing, you will really say that really you are doing something for the sake of the people and for the welcome, ma'am. It's always a pleasure having you on the show because whatever you do, you are such an inspiration for many people. The beautiful work you people are doing, really, it's not for the show off or having photographs on the newspapers only. But without that, you are doing so many things already. You told us. Ma'am, first of all, we like to know what's the new project you people have started and doing up with the people in the remote areas.
Sir, our organization. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Indu Sharma. I started my career with TPS system and gradually moved out to become principal of various schools. So I was founder principal of 2 schools. And now I am in Sundardeep Bird School for last 3 years. It's a huge group in Ghaziabad. It's a Sundardeep group of institutions now. It's converted into a university. So it's a big campus. You all are invited. Whenever you pass through that NH9, you can see my campus. It's a 40-50 acre campus, and everybody should drop in if you are going to Haridwar, Dehradun, Meerut, Delhi Meerut Expressway, Modi ji's favorite program, brainchild. So my school is located there. Kindly visit whenever you feel like passing through that place, and we can have lunch or some meal together. We have a huge system.
Sure, ma'am.
And thank you, sir, for inviting me. And I've been following you on various platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, and observing you doing a lot of talk shows as all these things, and missing myself somewhere in between. I used to feel कि क्या हो गया, तो इतने सारे seasons हो गए and I'm still not there. Thank you for inviting me, sir. Regarding my project, You Catapult. You Catapult, we started as a very normal social work during the time of COVID. I'll cut short because there are a lot many people to speak. Sending books, giving education to the children in remote areas, particularly migrant children in Bihar. We started with those Sitamarhi, Madhubani, those areas, and 2-3 areas, and it was a tough time during COVID period, collecting the books from people, packaging them, couriering them to the place where even Amazon or Blue Dart, nothing reaches. So, but I had a good support system. My friends, they all pulled in. Somebody paid for the Almirah, somebody paid for the transport of Almirahs to those areas. So libraries were initiated. We got the tattered and old schools renovated. We all pulled in money, got them painted, sitting here and sending money there. We had sent the mobiles to the teachers and used to charge them up from here because Wi-Fi is impossible. So, and in using one mobile, almost 20 or 15 children used to study with one teacher, and we used to have 1 hour of class because of the charging of mobile and data internet issues. But our aim was to keep the education on. Somehow education should not stop. So the schools were renovated, and it was basically a brainchild of just two of us, me and one of my friends. And now the project has gone, I think, too high because schools from Maharashtra and many big companies have joined. They are ready to pull in money, resources, and everything. Now people are contacting us regarding that still there is an proper education has still not started. So people are asking how we can help them. So initially we started from Bihar, but now we are moving to various states. Now we have started women empowerment programs also, where we are teaching some or the other earning study. At least mothers can earn something, because initially they were migrants, so they had no work, no source to earn. So we started feed them. Parlor classes were given online. So now the focus is being on women empowerment. So they interact with the students of big schools of Noida like Amity and DPS. They tell about their likes and dislikes. So it's a kind of giving them exposure along with the education. And our way of imparting education is also getting enhanced day by day, as I said, because of the corporate support which we are getting. Now we are getting, we are calling it digital machan. Digital machan is like having a TV instead of a mobile, and putting it somewhere on the tree or somewhere, and so that more children. So we have named the project as Digital Machan, and we keep on getting support from various people. And
Wonderful.
the whole motto is the education should go on, and it should go down to the lowest strata and people of the society. The effort is on, and the results are also good, and it's a very satisfactory work. I mean,
That's wonderful,
all the
ma'am.
people who are connected to us, we don't give them anything, we don't pay them anything. Rather, we beg money, or if you find anybody from good background, we just keep on asking for the support, what they can give. Monetary support is not needed. More than monetary, I think digital help and, the gadgets, etc. are needed.
Right.
So we keep on getting that. And that's just
That's
an
wonderful,
effort
ma'am.
to, thank you, sir.
That's wonderful, ma'am. A wonderful thing. And the mental satisfaction you get from doing all this work.
Yeah.
Whenever you're doing any good thing with for the others, then that confidence that comes into you. Oh, today I did this, a wonderful thing I did, and you feel very great about that. And you people are doing it regularly from such a long time. You're doing it, and that is what you are earning, man. That is the earning. Thank you so much, man. Welcome, ma'am. Next, we have Manisha Jodi, ma'am. She is a principal of another prestigious institution in Bhopal, that is Asnani Public School. Welcome, Manisha, ma'am. First of all, for the show, for your precious time you have taken out to come to the show. Ma'am, we will also, in precise, we like to know about your educational journey, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, everybody. And while I was listening to Thapar sir, Kirti ma'am, and Indu ma'am, I was so much in awe of what you all have done and achieved, that I simply got lost in hearing you. So I started my journey as a physics teacher with Mayo College Girls School in Ajmer. And after that, we moved to Bangalore. So as a vice principal, then I came to Delhi and I worked as a founding principal. And now for past 5 years, I was in Bhopal heading this K-12 school, which is now called the Ivy Global School. Recently, I quit my job because I wanted to work as freelance without any responsibilities, and I'm into teachers training. It's a passion with me to mentor the teachers so that the lessons that are delivered are very effective, because I feel that so if learning objectives have to be achieved, the teachers have to be trained for it.
Absolutely
so
right, ma'am.
That's what the journey, my future journey.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and welcome, ma'am. Farida, ma'am, welcome once again. I hope now we don't have any audio problem.
I hope
yeah, we can hear you,
okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay.
So we have Farida, ma'am, again, Farida Harewala, ma'am, again from Anisha Global School, Pune. Ma'am, over to you, your introduction.
Yeah, so good evening, one and all. And Chandhok sir, today I think I'm really in awe, like, ma'am just said, of everyone sitting in this meet right now, because each one comes with such crazy amount of amazing work done by each one of them, So as an educator, I think I'm just listening to each one of them and I feel, okay, I'm going to reach there someday. Of course, my journey, like most of them, has been lesser in number of years, but I'm just listening to each one and I absorb what each one says, and okay, I need to do this now in my lifetime and I need to do that. And, maybe in the next few meets with you, I will also be speaking about wonderful things that I have done alongside, because personally, I feel, okay, I have been an educator. I am the principal of a Cambridge school right now. But in terms of fulfillment, I have a long way to go. So, like the poem said, miles to go before I sleep. So, yes.
Personally, I'll give you a lot of work.
Absolutely, ma'am. Now, you've just invited a lot of, I mean, I'm just going to open up.
We are actually looking for great people with, knowledge bank and lot of experience. So you just, someday you get up with a thought of doing something, changing the world. We don't change the world, but if the thought comes, just give me a personal message. I'll give you loads of work.
Sure, ma'am. I'll at the after the show. After the show, I'll be sharing the contact details with each other, because it's a group. It should be a group, and you should remain connected with each other. And for this beautiful work, everybody will like to join in hands and move forward along with you. Thank you so much, Farida ma'am, for joining up the show. And everybody is a learner. Everybody who present over here and who will be seeing the show, they all are learner. We have to learn till the last breath we take. So there's not only that experience gains. I mean, the number of year gaining is important. It is about what do you do in your life? What good are you doing in your life? How much you are giving to the others instead of taking? Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, we have expert of today, and today's expert is Dr. DJ Singh. He is the CEO of Crossland. He is an international career and migration expert. As the topic is education abroad, why study abroad? We had been knowing, I had met sir in one of the show, and I requested him, and I came to know about his project. So I requested him that, because every student after grade 12 wants to go abroad, or most of them, they want to go abroad and have their education. Either they want to come back or they want to settle. That is there about it. So formally talking about sir is an international career and migration advisor with Crossland Education and Career, that is in Chandigarh. He is the ex-resident of Australia. He had been in Australia for a long time. He has traveled across the globe as student, professor, corporate trainer, management consultant, and leadership coach. He has an experience of 24 years in education and has worked with top companies of the world, that is Scott, Bajaj, Eicher, and international companies like Ford, Mitsubishi, Class, JCB, and many, many other companies. So when I met sir, I just requested him that, because there are a lot of queries among the students and the parents, especially with the educationists or leaders also, that what is the scope of education? How do students go? What are the exams? Because there is a lot of fraud also happening in the society. Everybody, everywhere, they are opening up their what do you call that, centers, which in simple language we call it shops, and they do a lot of fraud and they run away and they misguide. If they are sending also, they misguide, misconceptions, many things are being done. So I requested sir to come up for the few sessions and guide us about this. Thank you so much, DJ sir, for coming up to the show on our request. Although you have a very busy schedule, you're looking after your university also and looking after this also, and number of sir is doing along with all this. So thank you so much, sir. Please, we like to know about you, that how did it came into your mind? What had you seen during your journey, that what is happening over here, and how did it came to your mind to start up a project like Crossland?
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to all the eminent panelists and educationists, eminent learners, what we really wanted to be, and what Mrs. Sarvi just said, till our last breath, we will be learners. So I would also say eminent learners, because getting a learning is not an easy task. You have to have a very open mind to become a learner. Saying that, thank you for the my introduction. I'll also put it in a different way. I started my journey with education when I was in class 8, sorry, actually. At that time, my father organized one educational conference in our hometown, and he was part of the Chief Khalsa Diwan Association. And that's how my first interaction happened with the educationists from across the globe. And apart from my own school teachers and principals, so I was able to meet a lot of eminent educationists there. And coming from a business family, I started my journey with the corporates, and I was fortunate at that time when I came out of my college time in '91. India opened. We had a global economy, global thinking starting at that time. And I got an opportunity to work with multinational companies who were coming to India. A lot of multinational companies at that time had they felt a lot of need for training our Indian youngsters, professionals into a lot of management skills like just-in-time, Kaizen, waste elimination, ISO 9000, quality systems. So there I got the break to become a trainer with them as a corporate trainer, to work with them for almost 5-6 years. Got an opportunity to travel abroad to see all these companies operating there, what are their management systems and how we can bring what are to be implemented here in India. So that was quite a change for everyone, for us and everywhere. And it also developed my internal thought that I should also have higher education, go for master's, PhD, did my PhD in education and leadership skills. Came back and started my own venture with the first hospitality school in North India. We were the first hotel management college in Chandigarh. That grew, and then subsequently we added multiple programs and being into this in higher education segment. During 2009, I got an opportunity to work in Australia, and thereon I got a exposure about what is the future like for students in future. So people started that time the international education opened up in India in 2007-9. When earlier it was very limited, people going, very high profile families were affording, but then at those time it became very affordable, and many countries, Australia, New Zealand, Canada came to open their doors as a educational countries. So taking a lot of students and then giving them career paths with their work permit and PR should open a lot of new things for us. And thereby I started working on this field side by side, running my own school and institutions. Now coming back to your question, sir, what is the core behind me working on this, being already an established educator and institution management and everything, was because I felt that the people who are already in this trade, who are already telling students to go abroad for the purpose of landing there or getting something different, they were not actually guiding the student how to get a right careers there. So getting a landing into another foreign land and getting a visa is one thing, and getting a career there to survive and build your name and future in those countries was something I found is lacking, missing very largely. And that is where I thought that I should use my expertise of corporate, my higher education and my relations with the schools and principals and other ways, so that I can be and my team can help whatever time and energy we have, so that our youngsters have a better career, they can make more name. We are all proud that many of like if I say statistically, 2/3 of the multinational corporations are now by Indian heads. So why not 100%? Why 2/3? So we should target for the best. So building a right career, giving them right course, college, university, and right guidance how to get into the Ivy League, even in a B category of universities, there is a space for everyone. But we should have the best for us and for our next generations. That is the idea which brought me into this stream.
That's wonderful, sir. And very positive thing you said about study abroad or education abroad is that so many Indians, they are leading in different countries, in different companies, as well as the government also. And we are so proud of it. Let's not it be 2/3, let be the full world where the Indians should go and they should lead and they should tell us we Indians are the best. So that is also positivity which we are trying to find out, because some people over here, they are also a little bit against going abroad. So they should understand that there is some positivity also when people are sending our students or children abroad. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come up to the first round. We'll come up to Thapar sir. Thapar sir, the first question we'd like to ask you that what do you feel? What is the importance of studying abroad, and why do students, prefer to study abroad instead of studying in the country?
Thank you, Sarpreet ji. It was wonderful listening to everyone, and Dr. DJ Singh sir also is here with us. We all look forward to listening to him. And as you have asked me why students are interested to go abroad, there are various reasons for that. They feel that studying abroad will make them better, and the studying atmosphere is better over there. This is what they feel. And I will share one small experience of having been with a group of 25 girls who had come from New York to India way back in 2009. They had come to study the different religions of country. They were students of history, and as part of their project from the university, they visited India for about 3 months. They stayed in India and visited various religious places like temples, church, mosque. And as they wanted to go to Gurdwara, my chairperson of that time, Mrs. Shraddha Naik, she was in touch with them. She asked me if I will be able to explain something to them about our culture of Gurdwara, and they wanted to visit Golden Temple. So I went along with them. I joined them from Delhi, and I took the whole team along with their 2 professors to the Golden Temple. And we stayed there for 3 days. During those 3 days, while interacting with those girls from New York, I could gather that they were there in the country for the past about a month, and they had visited so many other places. I saw their assignments. In Golden Temple also, during the daytime, they used to go around, see the places, as I used to explain that to them. Their professor was also well versed with all the history that was there to be shared with them, especially for Jallianwala Bagh. The lecture that the teacher had prepared for them, which she delivered to those girls before entering Jallianwala Bagh, was again something amazing for me. Someone coming from abroad and talking so much in detail. One thing that I would like to share here is late in the, they used to come forward with the beautiful write-ups of 4 to 5 to 10 pages, writing in detail what they did, who they met, what did they learn out of it. When I returned to my school, I addressed my children. I spoke to them in the assembly, and then I spoke to them in classes, senior classes, about this particular experience. What I tried to highlight was the hard work that these students are able to put in. When we try to copy them, our children copy their way of dressings, the way they party, but this hard work part the need is to copy this hard work. And I think many of our children, who go abroad, they give the feedback that how they complete the courses, the feedback that they send from there, that attracts the students to take on this challenge of going there. And if I go back to my days when I was working as a teacher, my colleague, Mrs. Ratnam, at DPS Korba, her son was studying in America. He had gone to America to do his MSc in computers. And the letters that he used to write from there, they used to be typed in electronic typewriter. I'm talking of early 90s. So that used to attract us, that they're so advanced. And Shirabdi, Ratnam ma'am's son, he used to write in those letters about the experiences of the university, the campus. So the discipline that they have over there, that is also a kind of attraction. He used to write about the networking that they used to have over there in those days, internet connectivity. And we never had that over here in our country. It came much later, somewhere late 90s and early 2000. We had networking where Ambani ji made it possible. हर एक हाथों में उन्होंने मोबाइल पकड़ा दिया. नहीं तो लेट 90s तक भी हम लोग कभी सोचे नहीं थे कि we'll be having these mobile sets in our hands. So these are the things that make the children think of going to better
Absolutely
places
right.
to learn. And
Absolutely right, sir.
but at the same time, if we will reflect now with the NEP coming in 2020 and the kind of liberty that is being given to the institutions in our country, I think many of the universities, many of the colleges are becoming better and better. And I think we will be soon able to compete with these universities abroad also and provide the best to the students. This is what I feel at the moment.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I got your point that children, they get attracted with all the things. I mean, the things which are happening there, maybe internet, mobile, something like that. But the way they work, what the passion they have for work.
Yes.
You know, what the issue is that there the students, will talk about later part also, that the students, they go and work, and here they don't work, they only study only. So there are a lot of things which have the gap has to be filled up before we come into the, you know, parallel to the university which are in foreign also. Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'll come up to Kirti ma'am now. Kirti ma'am, we will also like to know your views regarding the importance of studying abroad.
Sir, I would really like we all to ponder upon one question, which, you know, sir also brought into the aspect that most of the topmost companies have Indians as CEOs, right? So that means we just can't blame our own education system that the children are going abroad. Not only it is CEOs, right? It is also, you know, our Indians, we have, you know, created a place for ourselves in the world political system, in the world economic system as well, right? Even our own people who are big industrialists, right, in our own country, they have created a name in the world economy, right? So now the scenario is that still why there is so much of craze of going abroad, why people are so much fond of going abroad. And when I square in, right, I square in three major reasons. First is the very first major reason, which I feel is, as sir said, what is shrinking, and you know, the studying abroad has become affordable, right? And there are more options. There are more feasible ways, you know, to go abroad. This has attracted our masses a lot, and our markets are now flooded with you know, foreign universities, foreign you know, the way, you know, the Indian universities and Indian colleges used to visit schools and do the counseling sessions in the schools. Now I think it is you know, the foreign universities, foreign delegates who are coming at our places and explaining themselves. So this exposure which our young children have gone through, this has attracted them. And of course, short way to go abroad becomes you know, through the studies as well. Second major reason, which I feel, is insecurity amongst children, right? Because they are so much insecure about their future in our own country. They feel like that their reskilling and upskilling can only be done in foreign universities. Although our Indian universities have brought up a lot of skilled education, our schools are working a lot, but still in our economy, there is a gap between you know, what skills are required in the industry and what skills we are coming up in our educational institutions. And I think this gap is being felt by our children, by our students, and hence they are planning to go abroad. Third major reason is that, which again you know, is my personal belief, which is my personal observation, and that is that we have you know, inculcated a spirit in our young generation about white collar jobs only, right? And hence you know, children become more insecure because they feel like that they will not be able to you know, go to that top notch white collar jobs. And you know, our children, when they go abroad, they see a more open social system where, every kind of labor is being respected, every kind of skill is being respected. So there's this feeling that in our own country, we will not be able to gain that respect with whatever jobs we have. I think this has led them to move abroad. Personally, again, I feel like that we Indians are being counted as one of the best people in the entire world in the terms of hard work, in the terms of pressure we can take, in the terms of the kind of persistence we do have. Fine. So therefore, I think we are coming up at very high levels in the world economy and world political system. And only the difference is these gaps are being felt by the masses, and hence there is a craze to go abroad.
That's wonderful, ma'am. You're absolutely right. There are differences. Education should be, job-oriented. Education should be there. Many other things are there. There are many issues according to which the students, they want to go abroad. All of them, they don't want to go, but some lot of them, they want to go and they want to understand. And many of them, they stay there only, but many and most of them, or many of them, they come back also. They gain the knowledge over there, whatever trend setting is happening in the future. As sir was also saying, Thapar sir also saying that there's so much advancement outside that there's a gap of many years of the advancement with what we were having earlier. Although the gap has reduced as of now, but still they are more advanced in this. This advancement, when the child goes and study outside abroad and he gains that knowledge and comes back and give it to the country. So that is also very good. We have to see the positive aspect of everything. Thank you so much, Kirti ma'am. I'll come up to Farida ma'am now. Farida ma'am, according to you, what are the benefits of studying abroad?
So the benefits I feel is diversity. Like sir had mentioned about the New York students coming to India, and the mainly when they go there, this is what they want to learn. They want to learn how to be very diversified in everything that they do. Another thing is to gain a global perspective, to learn new cultures, to understand their way of life, how to adapt and how to adopt. So adaptability is something, once they learn, then they understand the difference between what their own country is offering, and then they come back giving back to their country in a lot of times. Like we see that they come back enriched, and they want to give it back to their own roots. Right. So it's to gain global perspective, to put it in a nutshell.
Right.
For everything that
Absolutely
they do.
Right, ma'am. Absolutely right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Indu ma'am now. Indu ma'am, what is your opinion about the benefits of studying abroad?
There are many benefits of studying abroad. The world is coming closer to each other, and the children should go abroad. First of all, if there is any kind of voting going on, then I'm in favor of children going abroad. They should come out of their shells. They should come out of their wells and see what's happening there. So the reason why they go abroad and how going abroad help them, the things are they get to learn, basically they get to learn a new culture. And I still remember when we were kids. Now we know and try to practice over here after the mall culture and metros have come. As kids, we used to listen the stories from our uncles who used to come. "Wahan bahut safai rehti hai." It's very spick and span. In our country, railway stations are very dirty. So let them learn the culture, why that area is clean. Anything we praise about them, it's not only praising, bringing it here. So go and understand and their culture, how they talk to each other, how they're always smiling, how they salute each other, wish each other. So learning the culture is one. Then exposure, they get exposure, lot of exposure about handling their own lives. When you send your child abroad and maximum a mother or father will stay there for a week or 10 days. And the next day, it's my own world, and a new world. The chicken has come out from the egg and it has to explore. So exposure to a new system and learning while being a part of that. Then children also learn about the curriculum, what subjects are being taught, how they, and the methodology, technology, how the technology is used there. For us, a technology is at times limited to smart boards only. And if you have digital classrooms, it's okay. But how technology is used there in education system, in developing projects and whatever the use of, they are technically every country, not I'll say every country, but the developed countries are higher than us. So let them go and understand how they're using technology in different aspects of life, various spheres of life. Their tradition, very important to learn and understand the traditions of other people, other backgrounds and nations. And one major thing they learn is networking. Now here I'm not talking about internet networking. I'm talking about meeting a Chinese and a Korean and Sri Lankan and eating together, talking about their countries. And when you come back home, if at all you want to, come with a whole lot of experience and a whole lot of stories with you. So that makes you a better person, that makes you a global citizen. And I feel once a child has gone to abroad, means it doesn't mean all the children from India going to abroad. That also means
Right.
children from New York, Singapore coming to India and study. I mean, we are talking about students going abroad. So let them also come here. I have seen a lot of international students in Greater Noida universities. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's a global exchange program going on with tax paying also. And it's a beautiful thing. A child comes with a good luggage, which includes a lot of goodies, where a child becomes a global citizen and ready to face the world at any level. You know, you send him to
Yeah.
the mountains, desert, sea, because he has survived in certain situations all alone by himself, with people of various cultural diversities and traditions and food and clothing. So the child is ready to, survive anywhere in the world. So it is very
Absolutely.
important. I think one should
Absolutely right.
send the child abroad. Now coming to my personal experience, as you said in the beginning, my own son went to Australia for 2 years to study masters in data science, and he's working for in India. He came back. I called him back. So it was a mutual decision to come back and work in our own country. And he never misses abroad. So that was just an exposure and learning thing.
Ma'am, it is in precise, we can say it is, again, you said coming out of the shell. When you will come out of the shell, only you'll be able to learn. And when you go without any support, when you are over there, then only you'll be able to learn. And
Yes.
and again, like your son, he has come back. He's working in a company over here in India, wherever city is working. So that is good. Not when you were speaking, I was just thinking out that that as Sir Thakur sir was saying that 25 years back, and it was a saying that only elite people, or sir was also saying that some elite people they used to go abroad. It was not so easy to go abroad. Now it has become. Now if you check it out, I was just thinking that why have our country has advanced now? Why? Our honorable Prime Minister, he also visits so many countries, and whatever he gets the experience from there, he's bringing it back to our country. The
Yeah.
same way, and it's a teamwork. He alone is not doing everything. It's a teamwork when the people who are going out and they are coming back with that technology and all, I mean, advancement that they are doing, they are bringing it. And what's happening? That so many, we used to import all these trains and every metro trains and every in the earlier stage from abroad. But now we are developing. We are self-dependent. We are developing. So it is a very positive way. India was not so much developed when people were not going abroad in bulk. But now when the people are going again, when you said that exchange, many students, my daughter also started in Greater Noida with the universities, you are very right. So people from so many countries are coming over there. So that is the exchange program sort of thing where the people are getting into the things and they are understanding the cultures, the values, and they are bringing that experience into their own particular countries. That is for sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. But that was a wonderful thing you have talked about. I'll come up to Manisha ma'am now. Manisha ma'am, we will like to know that it is being said that it is not so easy to go to study abroad. There are a lot of challenges and there are a lot of safety measures has to be taken by the student. So what do you say about that?
Yes, absolutely. Some things are easier said than done. And this is one of it, like going abroad and studying. So the challenges start from the time when the child decides to go abroad. So choosing the right university, the right course is a first challenge. The second challenge is you decide on the course and the university. If you have somebody to guide you, then the second challenge is doing the paperwork, which is not easy. The paperwork is vast, and again, you need to be guided on that. Then the third thing is finance, because if you get a scholarship to study, but still your living expenses have to be met. And in case you don't get a scholarship, then the financial burden for studying as well as living in a foreign country both come on the shoulders of the parent. The third thing is, now the child has decided the course, has filled and done the paperwork, also got the finances, and finally the child goes abroad. Now, when he reaches there, there is a lot of multicultural exposure over there. He meets, as Indu ma'am rightly said, he suddenly meets people from all across the world. So adjusting in the new environment is also a task. First of all, there's a cultural shock because we as Indians are still very conservative. And when you go abroad, it's suddenly a lot of shock. So the child has to adjust over there. And at that time, if the child doesn't have any relatives abroad, then he has to manage all this on his own. Where he's going to stay, what he's going to, the food, the clothes, everything, he has to manage. And after that, there's a lot of homesickness. So the initial excitement wears off. And you're suddenly in a land where you have to do all your work, take care of yourself. And so there's a lot of homesickness and the child misses family. So that also is one of the challenges. And unless and until he gets a good set of friends who are, helping him out to adjust. And the last and the final, I would say, is safety. Safety is very important because when you are in a foreign country, you have to take care of yourself, and the child has to be briefed before he leaves our own country, that how he's going to take care of himself. Now, if the child goes at an undergrad level, the task is really, it's very difficult. But if the child goes for master's or for doctorate, then I think it is a little easier because they are now mature enough to handle. So these, I feel, are the challenges that the child faces.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have denied these are the challenges, but slowly and gradually the child comes over that. Thank you so much. We'll come up to DJ sir now. Sir, you have heard all the eminent guests and they have talked about positivity about the study abroad. Sir, we will like to know that as we've been talking in the starting of the session, there's a lot of misguidance and misconceptions about foreign education. Please let us know, elaborate us that how does the system work? If the child wants to go up into the foreign education, what type of counseling you do, what type of measures you take before, because people, they come, we have to go to this country without any knowing. When they reach over there, they have so much of dissatisfaction when they meet over there because they have never been guided. So how do you people guide them? How do you people train them? What system do you put up so that there should be clarity about each and everything to the students and the parents also?
Thank you, Chandhok sir, for bringing this question. This is a very important thing. And I would also say, in other words, that what a parent or child should understand before sending their children to those countries, or what they should ask from the consultant even when they're taking the advice about these things. So basically, sir, it starts from the parental thought process, whether they want their children to study there and settle there, or they want their children to just go there, have education and come back. So that is also one very important criteria which we as a consultant need to understand what is their thought process. So accordingly, we have to see which country is open for long-term migration and which country is good for the education. So if student, and we also have to see the academic background of the student. So if the student is above average student, is a merit student, then we have to see with that perspective. If the student is a mediocre average student, like in the grades of 70 to 80%, then they have to go with a different perspective. So there are various factors which we have to see. It also comes from the background of the family. The family is affluent, the family is educated, the family has some professional background, like a parent is a doctor, engineer, or an advocate. So what they are looking their next generation to be, and what is also the natural capabilities or the interest of the student. So what he wants to do, what he is aware of, he's not aware of what lies for him. And of course, now we are living in a global world. We are very much connected. You can see the daily life. There are a lot of YouTube student bloggers and influencers who are really telling you every minute what's happening in Canada. You get particularly in Punjabi environment, you get a video like this is happening in Canada. Accommodations are like this. So people are in a real and virtual environment together. So these are people are aware, students are aware, youngsters are aware. They have their cousins, brothers. Now this industry has matured up, particularly in northern India. Southern states, yes, of course. Now the more influx or interest is coming from urban cities of UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. So our major cities from these states also, the people and the students are getting aware, and their interest is generating towards going abroad. So, but unfortunately, there are not very good consultants available in these cities who guide them about all the challenges they are going to face. Totally agree with what Kirti ma'am said. She is nail on about the reasons behind many people going abroad. Manisha ma'am has very diligently raised the issues, which the challenges which the student faces, and there are cultural shocks everywhere. Of course, Thapar sir also raised the passion and the reasons why studying abroad. So these are all lot of factors involved in deciding whether to go, what is the benefit, not benefit, what lies for me, and other things. So you need to have a very experienced person to guide all these students. But unfortunately, my professional or even in our own offices, sometimes our team members are not that much trained or experienced to guide you. So there's a lot of challenges which makes the things good and bad. The students get very good experiences going through all these processes, and some students face challenges also. They are misguided, and they are not well prepared to take on the challenges which lies ahead in the foreign land. So counseling and spending time with the consultant, the parent and the student, and discussing together. Many times we see also that student is very keen, parent is not keen, or they don't have time to discuss the things. They leave it to the children. Or sometimes parents are so keen, children is not available. And many times the counseling sessions do not happen together also. Parent want their kid to do something, and the kid wants to do something. So we have to really gel up the things and make the things perfect. And this is what our challenges are also there as a consultant or as an advisor to the society and to the youngsters. It's not easy that we have everything. We also need to sometimes engineer ourselves to the needs and requirements of the candidates also.
Right, absolutely right, sir. And when you are getting or giving the right guidance to the students and to the parents, and you are filling up the gap with the knowledge with the parents have, and students, actually children, they are more smart, because they are technology resident and we are technology migrants. As a parent, they know much more about them. You said very well that there are YouTube channels of everything. YouTube channels where they are guiding you, they are showing you this is happening, that live demonstration you can take when you see into these blogs, and you see that how the country is, how the climate is. People, they tell everything about that, and it becomes so easy and comfortable for the children also, that before going they see so many videos, that when they go over there they don't feel awkward. It becomes like, okay, we know all about this, it's not a very new thing to us. So that type of shock or that type of anxiety is not there among the students who are going over there. Rest two people are also guiding on the other way about all the documents and all the learning, or what type of exams they have to carry up with. That is for sure, people might be guiding to the students very properly. That's wonderful, sir. Thank you so much We'll like to know more about that in the later part of the session. We'll come to the second round now. And because it's a very interesting topic, but again, we have shortage of time to keep, request you all to keep your answer very precise. Maybe it's for 60 seconds. I'll come up to Thapar sir. Thapar sir, we like to know that, do you think that studying abroad is safe for the students?
Yes, I think going abroad is safe. There's no doubt about it. It is like, unfortunately, few of the places in our country
This meeting is
people
being
don't consider to
recorded.
be safe for the children. But that is, again, like they have, each place has its own advantages and disadvantages. But going abroad, I think, is very safe for the children. And most of the universities, especially in European countries, I believe, it's safer than USA, and countries like Finland, Sweden, Germany. Students who go there, they report that, well, the environment that they find over there is safe. And as far as going abroad is concerned, I always feel that it has been in the human nature to know more. And I am reminded of novels like Jonathan Swift's novels Gulliver's Travel. Had Gulliver not dared to travel, probably the world wouldn't have come to know about those 4 beautiful voyages that he had undergone. Similarly, in the modern age, if you read Jeffrey Archer, Archer's Cain and Abel, where Cain and Abel go to America to make their fortune. And when we used to read English literature, especially the authors of UK, there the trend used to be like they used to go to France to learn. So somewhere, that inquisitiveness is there to learn. In our country also, we had universities like Nalanda, where people came from across the world. More than 10,000 students used to study in our universities also, thousands of years before. So this inquisitiveness should be, I think, encouraged. Otherwise, जो होता है ना कूप मंडूक, हम एक शब्द सुनते हैं कि कुएं का मेंढक नहीं तो सोचता है कि दुनिया यही है, हमें कुएं से बाहर निकलना है, और हमारे बच्चे निकल चुके हैं, हमारे बच्चे हम लोगों से बहुत आगे जा चुके हैं. And as it is said, the world is becoming flatter and it is shrinking, it is becoming smaller. So if parents are interested to send their children, as Dr. DJ Singh is saying, we should only hope that we should come across right kind of people who can give them good consultancy, so that the children land into better places, and parents should not worry as much as they used to do some 2 decades before.
Absolutely right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It's you are true that now you have to come out of your shell and you have to explore the world, then only you will be able to learn. We'll come up to Kirti ma'am now. Kirti ma'am, we will also like to know your views that if studying abroad is safe or not.
Sir, I would just start answering this question by one particular statement, and that is whenever we step out of our homes, maybe it is going towards the own market in our own hometown also, maybe safe, may not be safe, right? So if we are just traveling by a car, right, at what time we are traveling, the roads on which roads we are traveling, and who is driving the car, the safety depends upon all these factors. So whenever I see the safety of the students, I categorize them as like it depends upon age also. It depends upon attitude of a person too. It depends upon place, right? So certain places may be safe, certain places may not be safe. Yes, because of our experiences, the way Ukraine students were treated, the way Ukraine students had to run from there, leaving all the things, had to walk towards the borders. And because, why do I say this? Because I have seen my own, student doing it. My own grade 12 student, who after grade 12 was a medical student there in Ukraine University, had to run away from the university, had to hide, in the bunkers, had to rush towards the train, boarded the train, walk towards Poland border, and from Poland border, picked up to be transported to India, right? When we talk about safety, it is not that one country is safe or another country is not safe. It depends upon circumstances as well. Yes, very truly said, as Thapar sir said, that we will have to train our kids that wherever they are, whatever they are facing, whatever the circumstances come in their way, we cannot send our untrained children, those who are not courageous enough to face the world. We just cannot put them into water like this. We will have to train them how to swim, then only we can push them into water. This is what I want to say. So this was actually a serious concern, right? We all got frightened when the world wars are on the verge, right? When there are so many cold wars going on. So it is not that whether student is safe or not, it is also like that whether other people are safe or not, right? So we will have to train them to be safe for themselves.
Absolutely right, ma'am. We have to train them, then send them, then only we'll be able to cope up with, understand all the things. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll come up to Farida ma'am now. Farida ma'am, we come to know that students, when they go abroad, they start working also along with studying. Do you think it is right to work? Because when you talk about India, if a child is going to a McDonald's shop and he's working there, as in whatever way he is working, शर्मा जी का फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन खराब होगी क्या, उनका बच्चा काम करने लगा है? So that type of attitude is here. But when a child goes over there, who has born with a silver spoon, they also start working when they see the atmosphere over there. So do you feel that this is right when the students go there and along with studies, they work also?
Of course. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So, first of all, I totally agree with the concept that, the child should work alongside studies, because only when they go abroad do they have the dignity of labor, which they do not, understand. They don't even understand that when they are in their own country, because like you said, they're born with a silver spoon. And, it's like how the pandemic hit all of us when maids were not allowed to enter our houses and life turned topsy-turvy, and suddenly we understood the value of our house helper. And, we started respecting them. And, later, the earlier it was like a stringent behavior, like ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua, aise safai nahi hui. But later when we started doing it ourselves, we started respecting it. Likewise, when children go abroad and they have to start doing things on their own, they start respecting work. And and that's when, even if they have to go and work and do odd jobs, like working in a cafeteria, working as a waiter or a waitress or something, they don't think it is in any way demeaning, because they look around and that's the common culture there, and all students are doing that. And it's not because the parents can't send them money from here and all, but the reason that parents want them to go there and learn that tough side of life, to make them more employable in life, so that later on, wherever they go, the employers see them as a complete package who have gone through the rough, and they are the ones who are survivors of the fit. It's the survival of the fittest out there, and these are the survivors. So they are definitely more employable, they are more reliable, and they know the value of work, they know the value of people around them, they know the culture, the work culture that they inculcate is much better. They don't look down upon others in their offices.
Absolutely right, ma'am. And this mental level has to be increased and has to be changed in India also.
Absolutely.
This is the most important thing. This concept or the misconcept has to be changed among the Indian people also. Then only we'll be able to progress.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
It is, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'll come up to Indu ma'am now. Indu ma'am, we will also like to know views on the same thing. And students work abroad. It is right or wrong?
Oh, yes. Sir, I will, ma'am's point is absolutely valid about dignity of labor and working and doing all the menial jobs. For me, I'll put up a point that having your first paycheck or first salary in dollars and pounds forever in life will give you a big high, you know, as Indian parents, you know, for the generations to come, the child will keep on telling his children, grandchildren, you know, I used to earn in dollars once upon a time, you know. So first thing is having your own salary, which is high for everybody, but then having a salary in dollars or pounds, even if it is 50, 60, 100,000, whatever, that will give you another high. And when you will talk to your parents, I got first $150. So I think that is going to be a very happy moment for that child. So they have to work. Other than this, working means, again, I'll come back to the same thing. They have to understand their work culture. How they call over here, we have to call sir, madam, whatever. They will learn gradually that they have to call their colleagues by first name, and how they have to go and get their coffee themselves. So, you know, that culture is changing here also. But let them learn from there and bring it here. How they work for just 4.5 days a week and still earn, live a good life and enjoy life. So otherwise, we have been putting into our children that we have to work, and you know, we boast. I work 12 hours a day. I work 14 hours a day. Let them work there and understand the system where they work. Don't not beyond 8 hours, and after that their laptops are shut, and they don't take any, when they are on leave. They don't take any emails, no phone calls. So that culture eventually they will bring here. You know, so they have to work there. I think every child, howsoever good family he or she is from, should go there, work there. You will understand different countries' accents, their way of talking, and their way of showing respect, disrespect to others. And as I said, your first paycheck in dollars, pounds is going to give you a very different high, and bring back those cultures, work cultures, where we can work at ease. Even Indians need to work at ease. You know, they have seen their parents, the children who are going abroad right now, they have seen their parents working and slogging for 12 hours, you know, minimum. Because our generation is that MNC culture where the boys and girls used to work till 10 o'clock. So let them bring that ease culture, that after 4:30 Friday, we'll have a fun and family time. That concept of family time in abroad is very predominant, and which is not here. And we have been learning through movies, through everywhere, that father will come home tired only. So we have to change
We have to
that
change that
culture.
attitude. Absolutely right.
Yes, we have that. Dads need not come home tired. They have to come home energetic and take the family somewhere, enjoy for extended weekend, or you know, we have to bring that change. So they have to work there. I have
That mental level has to be changed. That has to be changed.
yes, it has to change.
That is the most
So
important. The rest will come
that
up
is the most
themselves.
important thing. Yeah, and
Right.
bring that change here. We want that. We want to relax now. So this generation, I'm sure, is not going to work beyond 6-8 hours during their work time. You know, we have worked for 10, 12 hours. So let them bring that change, and the
Ma'am, being
country needs
principals,
that change.
ma'am, being principals, we are working 24/7. Don't you forget that.
24/7. You know, there is a news headline tomorrow, holiday because of rain, and we all start, you know, telling.
Yeah,
So that thing has to come to
has
somewhere,
to be
come to
changed.
an end. Yeah.
That's
The government.
a topic of a long discussion, ma'am. Let's keep it till here only.
Yeah.
And
So
in precise, we have understood that the mental level of the people has to be changed. Then only there will be advancement, and then only be able to get progress. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Manisha, ma'am, now. Manisha, ma'am, according to you, why studying abroad is better choice than studying in the country?
Well, I would not say it's a better choice. I would just say that it is not a bad choice either. Because, there is a difference in the universities. If we go by the QS ranking, I mean, where the universities are ranked, we see that in any stream, the topmost positions go to universities of Europe and America. Now, why does that happen? That happens because of three reasons. One reason is that, you know, when the QS ranking is given, so there are 5 rubrics. Out of that, 3 rubrics Indian universities lack. One is international faculty, second is international students, and the third is the number of citations that the faculty members get. Now, when an Indian student goes abroad, the first thing is he gets to study from faculty from all over the world. He gets to study from faculty which has done a lot of research. The way of teaching is very different abroad as compared to India, because a lot of critical thinking skills are developed in a child when he goes abroad. Their way of teaching is such. I mean, nothing against the Indian education system, but abroad, the way of teaching is such that the child learns to think on their own. So I don't see any harm in the child going abroad and studying. After all, he's widening his, you know, perspective, and he's learning to adjust in different cultures. So I don't really see any harm in going abroad.
That's good, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to DJ sir now. DJ sir, you have heard all the eminent guests. My question to you will be that what type of guidance, because we see that mostly now in all the parts of the country, students, they want to go abroad, and but they do not get the right guidance. So how are you helping the schools and the students? You told us that you are taking out some other way where you are collaborating with the schools and helping them out with the students, that how can they go further with the foreign education, what is right, what is and what is wrong. How do you do that, sir?
Doctor, thank you again. As we discussed about challenges and the issues and the betterment of studying abroad, we also need to improve our system of career counseling and guiding the students. I know, and I'm even in this panelist schools and other schools, they do a lot of career counseling sessions with international institutions. So most of but the way presently it is being done is it's basically done as the international career fair or the recruitment fair, where many college representatives come there and tell about their universities and their programs. So that is one way, but that's only one step. What I feel about the whole process. They hardly do any career counseling related to social environment and social factors about each and every family. And many other things which is missing in that way. They don't do basic document preparation, financial preparations, SOP, visa guidelines. A lot of challenges which I see with those kind of career camps were happening. So from our perspective and company, what we are doing is we are doing the complete hand-holding of the student right from almost from the class 11 of K-12 schools and in the final year of the colleges. So we do 2 or 3 online sessions with each and every family individually and not as a whole, because I have seen very closely that many people do not open in front of everyone. So it's one individual needs and individual thinking which has to be answered to. So we do a lot of career counseling sessions, me and my team, with each and every family. We understand their requirements, and sometimes we don't have the answers immediately. So we do a research and we come up with and give them solutions for their respective ideology or thinking. So I've faced a lot of issues on many times with the student and parent financial capacity. Student is a married student, he wants to go to Ivy League, but parents do not have that resources, even if they are trying their best to get an education loan or scholarships or whatever way. So we really have to gel the situation. We have to guide the student, each and every one. Let's see, you want to reach there, this is the one bottleneck, but we will cross this bridge like this way, and we can help you reach to those goals. That is one way we are doing. Secondly, we are also hand-holding students for their various entrance tests like IELTS, DRE, GMAT. So we have advanced technology platforms where the student prepares himself or herself right on the same platform, on the test platforms. Not like giving they have to appear on a computer-based test. There is a platform, there's a software which they have to do, but they are learning on a video call, chat call, and then they find different technology problems when they go and give the exam. And these exams are very expensive also. And they give a lot of setbacks, psychology, if the student does not crack in the first time. So we help them in preparing on those kind of platforms. So technically, we have developed those platforms where language proficiency tests like IELTS, PT, or other CAL, OET, whatever the test is requirement, TOEFL. So we have the technology platforms where we can give these services to the students sitting from Chandigarh or from any of our regional offices. We have developed this academy system, many schools have IIT, JEE collaboration, preparation collaborations, or any tennis academy. So we are coming up with the model of Crossland International Academy, where we are helping students with communication skills. They have good communication skills. Many good schools have good communication, but they need to do the test practice to give those tests, so they don't they score better and higher rather than just getting the margin numbers.
So that means, so sir, that means the way the schools are having that IT and FITG, calling them all giving classes in their schools only, the same way the concept you are bringing up in the schools also, where
Yes,
you
for
can give the training to
international
the students on the school level.
preparation as well as career guidance. It is one-to-one, and if I say many people think this is a financial business, no, we hardly do that way. Apart from the coaching platform, which has a cost, but career counseling is a CSR activity which we do generally free of cost. So we don't charge students or parents about career sessions. This is totally free from our educational group. So
that's wonderful.
There.
That's wonderful, sir. But we will also request you that at least whoever is interested, that you should give the counseling sessions to the students, maybe online if you're not able to reach everywhere, to our students in the schools, because they should understand it if they want to go or not, but they should have that knowledge in their mind that these are also options. We can have it afterwards, today, now, or afterwards. That counseling is very important, sir. We have been seeing the parents, they are giving thousands of rupees, so many money to the counselors, and they are not getting good counseling. That counseling is very important. Thank you so much, sir. A wonderful thing you have created, and knowledge what we have given today regarding is also is priceless. And whatever has been shared by the people over here, that is also very good. The knowledge which everybody individual had, it's mind blowing. And reunion was very good today. Awesome today. I'll remember this because after so many episodes, this was the only, I mean, all the episodes are good. But today I had a wonderful time. And we know that before parting, we have the me time. And for the me time, I think who is better than Thapar sir to start up with? Sir.
Thank you, Sir Preetji. And again, yes, you have already summed it up, but I would also like to say that having Dr. DJ Singh in this group is going to be beneficial for all of us. We are sure going to be in touch with him and take his help for our children in the school. And if he would be able to spare his time to help our children by guiding them, it will be great. And we have to train our children. We have to tell them that success is neither magical nor mysterious. It's the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. We have to guide them to move in the right direction with the enthusiasm of doing good in life. And if they grow in that way, I think whether they are going to study in Indian universities or abroad, wherever they will go, they will do well. And that is what I think we all desire. Parents desire.
No pain, no gain.
Desire them.
Yes, sir. No pain, no gain. We have to make them understand.
Yes, yes.
Am I right, sir? No pain, no gain. We have to make them understand.
Yes, they have to work hard.
Yeah. Sir, your turn, sir, for the me time, sir. You have to start.
Pardon, sir?
Me time. Sir, this is me time, sir. We had a lot of discussion, and I hope you remember about the me time. Something very good and different, you know.
Thank you, sir. I will just add one, like कुछ लाइनें मैं शेयर करना चाहूँगा. और उसके बाद अगर आप इजाजत देंगे तो भगत नामदेव जी के एक शब्द है जो गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी में अर्जित है, उसे मैं आप लोगों के साथ में शेयर करना चाहूँगा अगर टाइम हो तो.
श्योर सर.
किसी ने खूब कहा है कि उसके ऐब को तू बेनकाब ना कर, उसके ऐब को तू बेनकाब ना कर, खुदा हिसाब करेगा तू हिसाब ना कर. बुरी नजर से ना देख मुझे देखने वाले, बुरी नजर से ना देख मुझे वो देखने वाले, मैं लाख बुरा सही, तू अपनी नजर को खराब ना कर. Or Bhagat Namdev ji's few lines which are there in the Guru Granth Sahib. He is talking of how we can remain engrossed with the God even in our workplace. Bhagat Namdev ji was a dyer, a tailor basically, and while doing his task of dyeing the clothes and stitching the clothes, he used to remember the Lord, and he has put it in beautiful words in which he says, मन मेरो गज जेहबा मेरी काती मप मप काटो जम की फांसी. He says, मन मेरो गज, my heart, my mind is like the inch tape, the measuring tape. Man mero gaj, jiba meri kati. My tongue is like a scissor. And what do I cut with them? While cutting the clothes, he says, I am also cutting away my noose of the death god. And further he says, Kaha karo jati, kehe karo pati. राम को नाम जपो दिन राती रांगन रांगो सीवन सीवो राम नाम बिन घड़ी ना जीवो. While dyeing my clothes, while stitching my clothes, I always remember the Lord's name. I do not live even a moment without my Lord's name. And says, Bhagat karo hari ke gun gavo. Oh Lord, make me your disciple. Bhagat karo, bless me that I sing your praises. Aath pahar apna kasam theavo. And last, in the end, he says, Sui ne ki sui, rupe ka dhaga, naame ka chit, hari syon laga. I have the needle made of gold and the thread made of silver, and with that I stitch these clothes, and my chit, my mind, and my mind is engrossed with the Lord. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful, sir. And because I'll be sharing the contact details, Shah will also send you his YouTube link, and so many things from Bible, Gita, Quran, Guru Granth Sahib he has talked about in English, and wonderful personality. His sir, hats off to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
You made our day, sir. So next we can come to Farida ma'am. Ma'am, you told something to me when on WhatsApp.
Yes, the most dreadful part, I think, of this meet is the me time, which I always dread. But yeah, I have something for you. And this is like a song very close to my heart, which I would like to, say for all the children who leave their country to pursue a life abroad. So this is for them. It says, रुक जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे साए बहार के ओ राही ओ राही ओ राही ओ राही. That's it.
Wonderful,
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, you should have, this is the best part of the show where you will always like to come, ma'am.
Absolutely, I love coming here, but this part just makes me a little bit nervous.
Not at all, ma'am.
We are all in the same boat, ma'am.
Ma'am, we are principals, we are genies, we can do anything. Manisha, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Manisha, ma'am.
So if you could just excuse me this time, because you must have seen I'm suffering from bad cold. Every time I switched off my camera, I was sneezing. Actually, can I be excused? Next meeting, definitely I'll be singing something.
Although we do not excuse anyone, ma'am, but still, if you are not well, so we can give you an excuse today.
Yes, I did not want to go back on my commitment, so I'm here, but I'm really not well.
No problem, ma'am. Just see how Indu ma'am will sing now.
Yeah.
I think I have told earlier also, I can't even sing to save my life. So I'm a very bad singer because if I start
Ma'am,
singing, then
any poem,
people
any
will.
kavita, any poem, any kavita, anything.
I just say first thing, quote from Albert Einstein: for the children who want to go abroad and earn a lot of money, learn a lot of things. So a quote from Sir Albert Einstein: try not to become a man of success rather than a man of value. Every child should be given this thought. And since we are in the habit of giving thoughts and, value addition to the children, so I think I stopped singing and listening to the songs and poems long time ago, but I should start again while I was mesmerized by what Sir said. So, and another thing, future belongs to the competent. Get good, get better, be the best. Two thoughts for our children from the core of my heart, that wherever you go, you are representing a country, and do the best. And I'll wind up with happy Holi to all. Hot enjoy karna and have a colorful Holi. And to all the wonderful women here, we are coming up with Women's Day next week. So to all the strong and great women, happy Women's Day.
Ma'am,
That's all.
Indu ma'am, one question is from the male members present over here. We always have a Women's Day. Why don't we have Men's Day? Have you ever heard about that?
Yeah,
Men's
it
Day
is there
celebrated.
someday. Yes, I'll
Someday in
send
the
you a
corner,
link.
somewhere in the corner, somewhere,
Nobody
on the side.
celebrates it. Not even men
Sir,
celebrate it.
Sir,
It is
364
there.
days are man's days. Only one day.
I'll share with you when it happens somewhere in November, and I do send it to all the male known people of mine, be it my friends, brother, but nobody celebrates it. It is just kept in the corner. So
Just see
8th
how.
of March.
Just see the condition of the males, ma'am. They are not able to celebrate their day even. You just see.
You know what?
You can see the expressions of DJ sir and Thapar sir also, and Mai also. That,
the beauty in the universe is actually brought by the females. So anything which a female doesn't do, enjoy, celebrate, it is kept in a corner. Let it be a house, a men's day, or any festival. So everything comes, the beauty and
ma'am, there is a saying that कि मैं तो घर का शेर था, तो घर का शेर था, कहता शेर तो मैं था, लेकिन माता मेरे ऊपर आके बैठ गई.
माता मेरे ऊपर आके बैठ गई. So
it is something
you should
like
also
that.
celebrate Women's Day, and घर की जितनी भी ladies हैं सबको gifts दीजिए. उस दिन काम मत करने दीजिए.
बिल्कुल ma'am. I have two beautiful ladies in my home, my beautiful daughter and my beautiful wife also. Sure, ma'am. Every day is their day. 8 March will be much more than that. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Kirti, ma'am. लुधियाना वाले पंजाबी.
सर मुझे पता था कि आप ना कुछ कहोगे कि अब कुछ गाओ कुछ करो, right?
Paper is already out with you.
But I have a very beautiful poem which is from a book which I read, like Think and Grow Rich, right? And a beautiful poem which is based on that whatever you desire in life, you get in life. And I'll just recite it. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is just an employer. He gives you what you ask, but once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. That any wage I had asked of life, life would have paid, willingly paid. So desire outwits Mother Nature. So whatever we desire, we get it. So desire for higher and get higher. This is what I want to say in that.
Wonderful, ma'am. And that's the truth of life.
Yeah.
When you ask God something more and more, He will always give it to you when you're asking it with a pure heart to them. Thank you so much, Kirti ma'am. It was wonderful. Thank you, Kirti ma'am. Thank you, Thapar sir. Thank you, Farida ma'am. Thank you, Indu ma'am. Thank you, Manisha ma'am. And thank you, DJ sir, especially to you because you have guided us. And we'll again request you that please give counseling to our students.
DJ sir.
DJ sir, you should get acquainted with this now, sir. You will have to do that if you want to do the counseling of the students.
Sir, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਾ ਦਿਓ ਕੁਛ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ?
Okay.
Sir will do the same.
So you're giving me my time, huh? Thank you so much, Ji. First of all, thank you so much for the time and privilege to meeting you all, the young mind and learning minds and happy minds. So sort of felt like re-energized myself meeting you all, and I would like to meet you again. Thapar sir, your smile makes me double happy. So nice to you, and I'm delighted to be here with you guys, and we look forward to work further also. Very wonderful upcoming Women's Day to all the people. My all the respect and gratitude for the whole society and whole gender for helping us live our lives, giving us bread and butter every day and morning roti khana. तो एक काम है हम लाइफ को आगे बढ़ाना एक दूसरे का साथ है. I'm not a good singer or I'm like a different kind of a singer. So, but I will close few lines on life. Like Kirti ma'am has given a very beautiful poem and a long. What about that? We have to read 4 times, ma'am. मेरे जैसे पंजाबी नू 4 बार पढ़नी पड़ेगी उन्हें समझने वास्ते. Anyway, so I'll come with small lines. जिंदगी खेलती भी है उसके साथ. जिंदगी खेलती भी है उसके साथ. जो खिलाड़ी बेहतरीन होता है. जिंदगी खेलती भी है उसके साथ जो खिलाड़ी बेहतरीन होता है. दर्द सबके एक से हैं. दर्द सबके एक से हैं मगर हौसले सबके अलग अलग. कोई हताश होके बिखर जाता है. कोई हिताश होके बिखर जाता है तो कई संघर्ष करके निखर जाता है. I think we are all fighters and survivors of our own lives, and I am really proud to meet you all. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. That was really beautiful, sir, from you, sir. Thapar sir, you are looking at me. I know you are going to say again. You are going to say again. So before you say anything, I will have to sing because I don't remember the songs because I am in habit of listening songs instead of singing a song, sir. Maybe I'm repeating that or not. The same song I'm repeating. आने वाला पल जाने वाला है सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो पल जो ये जाने वाला है हो आने वाला जाने वाला है. And this is the fact of life. जो पल अभी हम जो है वो चला जाएगा and we'll remember the thoughts will remain. But thanks to the technology and YouTube channel, that thoughts will be there and these songs will be there when we'll see the video again and again. And when the things get older, जब पुरानी चीजें आप देखते हो, पुरानी photographs देखते हो और पुराने videos देखते हो तो आपको मजा आ जाता है. You know, it cherishes when you see it after a long time. Thank you so much. Had a very, very wonderful time today. I hope you all had that. Thank you, Kirti ma'am. Thank you, Thapar sir. Thank you, Farida ma'am, Indu ma'am, Manisha ma'am, and especially to DJ sir. You have guided us and hope you'll get more to our students so that they may get the right training and the right guidance for what they have to. Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you.
Holi.
Much, sir.
Happy
Hope
Holi
to
and
see you
happy
in the
Lovely
season.
meeting you all.